You ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mandi pad, mandi pado, mandi mandi pad, mandi pad, mandi pado, mandi pad, mandi pad. Boom, boom, boom. We're actually kind of on cue there.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, normally I'm kind of late or early the first time around, and then by the second or third, I've like honed in on when the cue is.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, first out the gate's not always.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, Caden music. A near miss.
Caden music. Yeah, hit or miss.
Yeah.
That time it was kind of a hit, so not bad.
Thanks.
But yeah, okay. So what do we got going on here? I've switched to a couple different angles, and that's probably kind of maybe jarring, just surprising, new to the audience. So
tell
do you want to explain
what
first what that was when we came in?
Oh, that was my pretty sure I came up with it.
Yeah.
The intro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to come up with some little jingles that are usually rips on existing melodies.
So parodies.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Technical term, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's the Ebony Pod / Mondi Pod intro.
Yeah, the intro.
Yeah, and what's great is if you look up hashtag MondiPod, MANDEPOD, like nothing's come up yet aside from us. So that's what's great about it.
So we're about to corner.
Ebony Pod is just fun to say as MondiPod. It's just fun to say, like, give it a shot at home. Nobody's going to judge you.
Yeah, just, you know, go ahead and say it with us.
Yeah.
MondiPod.
Should we sing it again? At the end?
Yeah,
whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good one.
But
it's
then,
a good one.
But then, okay, so getting back to different angles, this would be our normal setup, right? This is what... Well, actually, no. This isn't the normal setup.
No, this isn't.
Holy
because
crap.
we've moved. Yeah.
Okay,
lots
so
changed.
You just take them away. I'll just...
Yeah. So, you know, we kind of had this type of desk layout before, but we are oriented a little bit differently in the studio. And so now we've kind of tucked ourselves into a corner, which just makes a lot more sense, I'd say, from like a feng shui.
Of our life.
Yeah,
backed ourselves into a corner.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Boy, butchered that.
We thought about it too much and we backed ourselves into a corner. You know?
Yeah. But here we are.
Also, ironically, I just have to point out, we have like 3 different spots in our garage / creative space in an undisclosed location. But we used to have the 2 podcast desks underneath the only spot where there isn't a light.
Yeah, it made no sense. We're just living around our junk rather than like making our stuff work for us.
But
so
now we have a ring
took us
light
a little
in front,
bit. Yeah,
we got a couple lights
a lot
above,
of lights,
and then we even have soft boxes that we're not utilizing yet because I just kind of want to leave some room for us to grow and improve for the audience.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. So different layout. And we're enjoying it. Just a lot more utility that we're getting out of this area. So
I agree.
Yeah. But tell them about the cameras because you're seeing some different angles going on, but what you're not seeing behind the scenes is all the work Ryan has put in to getting how many cameras?
We got 3 cameras, and then so there's 5 angles total. I'm on my personal angle right now. But just to take them through it, we can go through each one by one. There's, of course, the wide angle, which shows both of us. Hello. So that's going to be camera 1, I guess you could call it. And then camera 2 would be me, the angle that you just saw before I started explaining them. So this is, Ryan's personal angle. This way I can just, say stuff if I want to the camera, if I wanted to give like a message or whatnot, or go like, oh, this one over here. And then angle 3 is going to be Kate's personal angle so that she can...
This is the fun side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Explain your angle. I don't want to...
This is the party angle.
Yeah.
No, this is where we'll be diving into data. No. We're doing all types of stuff over here. But actually, I know. That's why I screwed it up. But
you didn't screw up anything. You're fine. But we're going to go to angle 4, which is actually... let's see. my angle, because angle 5 is actually Kate's. So basically Kate's angle looks like this one, but it's on the flip perspective.
Okay? You like that?
Which is cool. So this way Kate can explain the data of won't back down or whatever that is.
Or whatever I'm talking about.
What is that?
You tell me.
Okay. Right? So going back to my angle where I'm basically looking over at the browser or whatnot, we have Won't Back Down, which is my latest single. I go by Cul-de-sac White when I produce music, and I'm releasing a single called Won't Back Down today. So you'll be able to get it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. I think it's even released on YouTube. I'm releasing it through a company called DistroKid, which makes everything really easy. So shout out to them. And then shout out to Nick, my artwork designer. Really cool dude. Just actually found him recently online, and I think I'll be having him do all my artwork. So really stoked on it. I mean, it's a really simple design. I just gave him an idea, and the song itself is just kind of like triumphant and whatnot. But don't take it from me. Check it out on anywhere that you can download music. After you see this episode, just go ahead and Google "Won't Back Down" by Cul-de-sac White. Hope you enjoy the track, and please download it if you get a chance.
Yeah, we can also add the links in the description.
Yeah, we can also add the links in the description. We don't need to
hard yet.
Yeah, we don't need to make anybody do any work or anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
fight against the ad space that we're not paying for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Organic is strong, but not that strong in this case.
Yeah, I mean, while everybody's taking it easy at home, we want to make it as easy as possible for them to enjoy the music, enjoy the podcast, the Mondi Pod, of course. But anyway, let's get off my angle. We'll go back to angle 1. So,
I'd go back to singing the intro if I could.
Do you want to? Do you want to take it solo?
No. Jeez. Yeah, we don't need the glass on the lenses to shatter.
Take us home, Kate.
The power cuts.
Right, exactly. So in addition to us having kind of like a new set and whatnot, do you want to maybe point out anything about it that's new? I mean, I kind of see a little
art.
A little art.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite pieces of art that I got. It's a bear holding, or well, he's hugging the state of California, and above it says Best Coast, which I have to agree. Yeah. I agree. I think it's great. I love secondhand stuff and buying used or vintage items, and when everything kind of closed down, I was like, oh man, like I have this itch to scratch of like going to Goodwill and going places. And so I went to Shop Goodwill online, or I'll have to pull up their website. But that's how I found this art. I get a lot of questions about it, and Shop Goodwill.
Shop Goodwill.
Never know what you're going to find.
Is it shopgoodwill.com? Or is it just goodwill.com?
I think it might be Shop Goodwill.
Well, hey, check it out.
There's a few of them. I think.
Is that it right there?
Shopgoodwill.com. Yeah.
Goodwill? Our purpose?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the website. See, this is cool now that we have this angle and whatnot, or the different angles, because if I want to pull up a website, I can go ahead and do that on either my angle right here, because I've got Goodwill up there now, and then, or, Kate can do it.
Yeah.
Either way, though, Kate has to deal with whatever website I pull up. So
so
it might get a little crazy. And
yeah, well, one thing that'll be cool is using it to like curate lists, and so I can talk through things, so that when I do like the van build video, that'll be great, and some of these things that I've gotten online.
Yeah, definitely. And then also what's cool too is we can pull up like media files and stuff like that. By the way, you guys are just seeing like the finished video, but what we're actually using to produce the podcast, because normally we record it and then we edit it in post. So that's another thing that's new right now. We're delivering it to you straight up. We're not going to be editing anything in post, short of anything like crazy happening where we might need to like stop and like restart. But if everything's good and there are no technical difficulties, what you see is what you get. This is, basically us coming to you live, short of streaming it to the internet, because if we recorded it and streamed it, the computer wouldn't really be able to handle that. So basically we're using OBS, which is called Open Broadcaster Studio, or that's what it stands for. Bless all the people that develop it, because it's actually open source software, which I think is really, really cool. I'm a big firm believer in open source software, because there's just so much you can do with it. It's like it starts with an iteration of it, right? And then people might go, well, I wish it did this. Okay, cool. We'll develop it. Add to it. Like if you know how to do it, and if you don't know how to do it, get with a developer. And like collaborate with them on it. But it's just so cool that we can take a program where it's also free. It's open source free software, or freeware as they call it. And I've just been really enjoying it because there are a lot of things that you can do with it, and there is a lot that you can get kind of hung up in, and like issues that you can have. But then if you like take your time and troubleshoot with it, and keep the goal in mind and have encouragement from your partner, then it's all good. But yeah, so we're using Open Broadcaster Studio, and it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, well, I think that goes with any tool that's like highly customizable, which this is, and meant to be adaptable. You can end up down some rabbit holes of like trying to optimize and fine tune things and figure out, what's that function or feature I'm looking for.
Yeah, well,
but you did a great job navigating it and figuring it out, because I'm not much help with these things. No, I can think through from like a systems perspective and data passing, like, okay, where are things getting hung up and what might be causing it, but I don't know, learning all the tools and getting them there.
We each have our own respective strengths for sure, but I think it's fun personally. Like I know I got like pretty frustrated, troubleshooting it, but it's like you saw me as I started to like get the offsets working, and like because like offsets, for those that don't know, like you have to, because the audio can't happen in real time. There's some type of delay when you have digital recording, and it's what's called latency. So you have to set what's called an offset, which is like, let's say it's, half a second late, which would be 500 milliseconds. Then you would type in 500 milliseconds into the offset section, and then that would arrange the audio in post so that even though it lands late, it would offset it the amount that it's latent. And then that would cause everything to line up, and, it looks and sounds the way that hopefully it does as you're watching this. But it's really cool the way the technology works these days, in the sense that we can produce something that, I would say about 10, maybe even about 5 years ago, like you couldn't do this on your own, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you could, but like not with like the video, not with the multiple cameras, not streaming them all to a computer with free software. Like you need to
limited editing.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, like you would need to really spend a lot more time and probably more money on it, to be honest. But it's just I really, really appreciate the fact that this is all possible, and we pretty much did this with everything we had already. Like just because I'm a video producer, as our audience hopefully knows by now. But if you didn't, I'm a video producer. So we pretty much had everything that we needed, short of a few things. What's that?
A few things.
A few things. Hey, just don't check our Amazon
things, people.
Don't check our Amazon order list.
Yeah.
But no, one thing that was funny.
3 cameras, 3 times adapters, 3 times lens thingies, 3 times HDMI cords.
I wish I could super zoom on you right now, because I'd be like, what were those lens thingies?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Those things that need to autofocus because you're fidgety in your chair, Kate.
Oh, right.
I get it.
I thought you were talking about me for a second.
No, I was talking to myself.
No, I get it. Yeah, for sure. Well, right on. Yeah, so I guess that's about it for now.
What, with the setup?
Yeah.
Yeah, more. Stay tuned. We're always innovating the setup here and kind of changing things and adjusting. So you never know. Maybe lighting will be the next thing.
We might get a little, like, I don't know, like a little, or maybe a big pillow. We haven't talked about this. I'm just making this up. But we might get like a big pillow so that Shadow and Charlie can just chill here, and we can have our audience.
Yeah. Yeah, then we can have another angle that just like zooms and crops in on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we should call it. And you guys have a good night. And thanks for hanging out with the M&E podcast for episode 6.
Oh, you want to sing it with us?
Okay.
The closer?
So to take us out, I don't know if we'll remember the same key, but 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mandi pod, oh, mandi pod, mandi pod, oh, mandi pod. Ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
All right, bye.